find this handsome young man?
Here, the street.
What's your name?
Was that your mom?
Did you thank my deputies for locating your child? Did you thank anybody? That's something a normal mother who wasn't impaired would do.
Some parents seem to believe that caring for their children isn't all that important. But what happens when the police step in and they're suddenly forced to face the consequences of their neglect?
She said, if you give me $500 right now, you can have it.
What?
She said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the bastard.
I can't even believe that was even stated. My child is my life.
These were the moments when heartless parents abandoned their kids. We begin with the case of a mother whose priorities were clearly anywhere but on caring for her child.
We need to know what kind of drugs you took today.
I didn't take any drugs.
What did you do today? What did you do? Because you're not very lucid. You're very slow.
Stop being so aggressive.
You're not going to tell me what to do, first of all.
Okay.
Go ahead and stand up and just put your hands behind your back.
On February 26, 2025, police responded to a call about a 4-year-old boy who had been found wandering the streets alone, wearing no shoes and a dirty diaper.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi. Where'd you find this handsome young man?
Here, the street.
Okay.
Get up.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Right, all kinds of stuff. We don't want to play that.
He acts like he's a little autistic.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe.
What's going on today? Lost kid? Lost kid? Nobody recognizes you. Nobody recognizes you. No. No, it's not the plan.
Hi. What's your name?
He doesn't know.
You don't know your name?
What's your name? Vaseline, do me a favor. Keep an eye on him. I gotta get some. Hey.
Mira, papi. Turn the pump.
Come on. New pants time.
Coming up, one of the officers spoke with the woman who had first spotted him wandering the streets.
You never saw this kid before?
No. Somebody.
They saw. Somebody flagged you down.
Yeah, because the kid is in the street and somebody, I'm coming from the work, I'm parking, and somebody say, do you know that kid? And I say, no, because he alone in the street and nobody know, and everybody start to come. And when I say, well, I call the police, the one lady holding him and they, no, okay, I'll give it to you, you call the police. And
Well, thank you very much for calling.
yeah, because that's the best.
Yeah.
Nobody know what you're gonna do. Call the police. That it?
Yeah, that's the best we can do.
Yeah, right.
Figure out where he lives because he didn't have a wallet on him.
No, nobody knows.
Starting to knock on doors.
Come on. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go home.
Let's go home.
Yay! Yay! Come on, let's go.
Look at Poopy. Yeah. I'm going home. Big boy. Big boy. Big boy. Big boy. Excellent. Big boy. Doing okay? What address is this? Is that your mom? Is that mom? Is that your mom? Is that your mom? Is that mommy? Is that mommy? Yes, mom. No?
The reactions of both the mother and her son said it all. The officer quickly sensed that this wasn't just a simple mistake. It was the kind of case that called for a closer look to determine whether it was a one-time incident or if something more troubling was going on beneath the surface.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. You ready to get out of here? Yeah.
You're not in trouble, buddy. Yeah.
All right, leave it to you.
16 Alpha 3-1.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Take it easy, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Be safe. Yeah.
Child has been reunited with his mother.
You need us for anything else?
No, hey, outstanding. Thank you so much for the
No,
help.
teamwork, man.
Teamwork. You guys had the hard part.
Ma'am, what's your first name?
Maritza.
Is he on the spectrum or something? Because he seems a little nonverbal for a 5-year-old.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit? You got tested?
No, he hasn't been fully like tested, but
So not the full battery,
Yeah.
but you're kind of leaning that way?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So how did little Houdini get out of the house? Don't know, not sure.
No, he just opened the door. That's it, but he's never been outside by himself. He's never been unoccupied, like,
He's never done this before?
no.
It didn't take more than a few seconds from the officers to sense that something about the mother was really odd. She seemed impaired and was slurring in her speech.
All right. You might want to consider getting some child-proof locks on the
Yes.
inside.
I'm gonna go
Because-
on Amazon. By today, I'm gonna go on Amazon.
What is your name again?
Maritza.
What is
Marissa.
it?
Maritza.
And you're the mom?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else in the house?
No.
Do you have anybody else that can come to the house?
I have my mother come to the house all the time. He has his father
Where's the father?
working right now.
Does he live here too?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you under the influence of?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. But
Listen, I've been doing this for a couple of years, and you're definitely under the influence of something. I'm not 100% sure what, but it's more than obvious. What happened to your leg? What?
Switch and run one.
Who's watching him right now if no one's inside?
yeah, he literally just went inside right now. He's with me. He's okay.
Okay, do you take any medication?
No.
Do you have any diagnosis?
No.
No, have a seat here. We're gonna talk.
I would rather be
Yeah,
inside.
well, I would rather for you to sit here now. Thank
Okay,
you.
But I would rather be inside.
That's
than
okay.
inside.
That's fine. Have a seat. Thank you.
Last name of
I
Sierra.
can stand with him. You can leave the door open if you want.
Sierra,
That's
India.
okay.
Okay, Romeo, Alpha.
I don't think you understand the seriousness of the situation.
You need to have a seat.
She's a white female.
It's okay, baby.
So will you be able to tell me what happened to your leg?
What do you want?
Well, everything's very low.
Everything.
As far as my foot's in.
I'm sorry? Everything is really low as far as what?
As far as where my like shoes, like my foot stand is very low, so that's
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
yeah.
Can you contact somebody that is in a better condition than you?
Yeah.
No, leave the door open. Yeah. Marisa, where are you? All right, come back this way, Marisa.
The officers struggled to get Marissa to cooperate, eventually forcing them to take a more direct and firm approach with her.
Yeah.
So, Maritza,
Yes.
your child is wandering around the street. You don't know where he is. You don't know how long he's been gone.
He wasn't gone very long because
But you don't know how long he's been gone. He wasn't gone very long because why? Was he gone 5 minutes? Was he gone an hour and a half?
no, he was not gone an hour and a half.
And how do you know?
Because the last time I made a phone call was at 2:55.
Okay. And
It's longer than that now,
yeah,
but prior to that,
almost an hour, exactly.
but prior to that, I did go on the phone, so he wasn't gone longer than that,
Okay.
and he was down the street.
Does your Ring doorbell work?
It's at the moment.
Okay.
We run her yet?
I did. No valid DLC's tag. Nothing to mention.
We need to know what kind of drugs you took today.
I didn't take any drugs.
What did
I
you
don't
do today?
drugs.
What did you do? Because you're not very lucid. You're very slow.
No,
Almost
I'm very
sloppy.
slow because I want to make sure that whatever is going on, like,
I'm telling you, based on my training experience, 21 years in law enforcement, you're high.
I'm not high.
You fell and you're gushing blood out of your leg and you have no idea how you did that.
I can promise you.
You didn't know your child's missing and you live in about a 600 square foot apartment. So I need to know what kind of drugs you're on.
I can promise you I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs.
No prescription?
I don't do anything. No.
No over-the-counter like sleep
No,
medication?
nothing.
Okay.
I can't do drugs. I don't do drugs.
So right now, sober as a nut.
So I don't do drugs. I can't do drugs. Like, I could
16
promise
years.
you there's not like a single thing that,
Is that a storage closet?
yes.
What about alcohol?
You can check my storage closet if you please.
No. It's not.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Have you had any alcohol today?
I had a drink,
Okay.
but that's it.
What'd you drink? Was it beer? What was it?
Just a drink. And then that's
Like, what kind of alcohol was it? Beer?
What
Wine?
flavor?
What was it?
You're very funny. And I don't like you. I'm just gonna put that out there.
That's okay.
Red flag after red flag emerged with each question, as Marissa showed zero interest in helping the officers figure out what had actually happened and couldn't answer simple questions as what she had been drinking.
So Maritza, what could we do to make you feel more comfortable to answer these questions?
Well,
Because we get excited about little kids, that's all.
no, I know, and I get that. I 100%, like, I'm a mama bear, so I'm, like, overly, like,
Okay.
getting into things. You could start by stop being so aggressive.
You're not going to tell me what to do, first of all.
Okay.
Go ahead and stand up and just put your hands behind your back. Okay?
Well, no.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
know.
you will.
Marissa, stand up.
You
Sir,
will.
please.
Okay, well, see.
We'll see. We'll see how that works.
See, well, I want to be nice.
We tried to be very nice and try to figure out your situation.
All right, we're going to
Well,
take
no,
the jacket off.
if you take this sweater off, you're not, it's not very...
Well, you can't take it to jail with you. Don't put you in a nice outfit
Can
in
we
jail.
get you some shorts? Some
I'll
like
get you a
actual
shirt or
shorts?
something.
I can go grab some.
No, you're
Well,
not.
no,
You're in our
stay
custody
here.
now.
Okay, well, see, this is not necessary.
It is
Well,
because you
kinda
And my
cannot.
friend's not here.
You cannot put us at
We're gonna wait
ease
for
that
him.
you are able to take care of your child, and it's
I
evident
am.
by your actions
I'm
and what
able
happened
to
today
take
that
care
you
of
are
your
not
child.
able to take care of your child. Do you understand that?
No, I am,
No,
but...
you are not.
Yeah, so the technical term is allay our fears.
We tried talking to you. You said we were aggressive. You avoided our
Well,
questions.
no, it's not
We don't
that
have time
you're
for you.
aggressive. It's you're being very, very mean.
No, I just
And
want
I
to make
was-
sure your son is taken care of, and I
And
wish you
he-
had his interest in your
And I
mind as
do.
well.
I do have his best
Sit back down,
interest.
please. Sit back down.
Where would shorts or pants be?
It would be in my basket, but...
Which room?
You want to have EMS come back and treat this, or do you want to?
Maybe in the living
They're going to
No,
medically
it'd be
clear
in,
it, right?
I'm just going to
So
take
if
it.
You're
you
gonna take her to
use my
freestanding?
couch.
Okay.
It's crazy.
You are not in the right state to take care of a child.
I am.
That's why we were here today. We tried to have you put our fears at ease. You cannot.
Well, no, and
you
I-
cannot explain yourself, or you're
I
unwilling
can explain myself. You chose not to listen to me. And I said he was fine. This was a one-time off. However, you came very aggressive. So I didn't feel at ease.
to. Okay, understandable. Did you thank my deputies for locating your child? Did you thank anybody? That's something a normal mother who wasn't impaired would do. Okay? You are very nonchalant.
Coming up, a family friend arrived to take care of the child. In cases like this, DCFS is usually involved, but if a trusted relative or family friend is available, and authorities determine it's a safe option for the child, they're often allowed to step in instead.
John, you want to come talk? She's on something. She's impaired. Something's going on. What's the history here?
All I know she only drinks.
She drinks. Okay.
I know it's not drugs.
So long story short, child's found wandering the street over there, dirty diaper, obviously afraid, nonverbal, obviously special needs of some sort. We come in contact with that, go knocking door to door. The deputies do a great job by finding the mom, but she's, upon first contact, obviously something's wrong. She's either intoxicated, she's fallen, she's bleeding on her left leg. She doesn't know how she's fallen. So these are things that have us very, nervous about leaving a child with her. So with what's happened here, with the kid being gone and not even knowing, and the state that he's in, it's a crime. Okay, so she's gonna go to jail. We obviously are concerned about the care of the child, who we can leave this child with. Have you guys ever taken care of this kid before?
My wife watches him all the time.
Okay.
Does she watch him here or at your house?
Here, he's came to our house before.
Is she able to come here?
I can stay here with him until she gets here. I know he's never
seems like a
I
good
don't know
boy.
how he got out. I don't think he's
like
never got out before.
She doesn't have the deadbolt locked. When you guys knocked on the door, was it open?
I wasn't here.
Okay. I'll have to figure that out.
With him around the corner.
You can check the ring cam, maybe see
It's dead.
Oh, is it?
The camera's dead. We tried to check it, asked her about it. So.
Yeah. What's your first name, sir?
Josh. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but she does drink, but that's unlike her.
Does she drink like a lot or just occasionally?
I know she's been arguing with her husband, and
because of the drinking?
Well, he's the one with the drinking problem. So it's like.
Oh, they both drink.
Yeah, but he drinks more, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't drink at all, so I don't understand any of it.
Yeah, they save a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
Of course.
So the lady's down the street, changed his diaper, cleaned him up, gave him a pair of shorts, some socks.
Yeah.
So I don't know when the last time he ate.
He's got I don't know, maybe like autism or something.
Yeah.
She's with him 24/7. You know, she doesn't work right now, so she just stays with the kid. Her husband works.
All right. Well, I appreciate the backstory on this because she doesn't like me.
Yeah,
I announced as much.
Yeah, she may not seem like it right now, but she's a really good girl. You know, she's always. Her and my wife were bartenders back 10 years ago when I met them both. Good people. I don't know why she's drinking like this. But...
All right.
Yeah, of course I'll stay with him.
I really appreciate that.
My
Thanks,
wife,
Josh.
I have her come over and relieve me.
Josh's backstory offered a glimpse into what life must have been like growing up in that home, with mom regularly drinking and dad with a big drinking problem. Coming up, Marissa was prepared to be transported to jail.
He said to us that you have a drinking problem. So hopefully, this is a wake-up call and your son's okay, and you can get some help for that, okay? This could have ended bad. You could have got hit by a car. You could have gone missing in one of these waterways. Is he autistic?
No.
What's his condition? Is he just special needs?
No.
Just let the jail take it out. Yeah. So he has no special needs, no nothing.
Can you please?
All right, do better, ma'am. For your son. There's only one way, and it's up from here.
Marissa was charged with neglect.
Oh my God!
Are you guys missing a baby? Have you checked the house?
In the house.
Oh, goodness. Where's Mama?
And I don't appreciate everybody up on my property like this.
Man, we just brought your child back.
On November 3rd, 2024, officers were called after a young toddler was found wandering the streets nearly 2 miles from home. A truck driver was preparing for a routine inspection when he noticed a small shadow near a stop sign. At first, he thought he was hallucinating until he realized it was a baby.
Hi, honey. Hi. Let's take this. Oh, goodness. Where's Mama?
I got you. Do you have ID with you real quick just so I can get your information down? Parking lot.
Well, when I woke up, she was standing up there by a pole.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell until she walked away from the pole. That's when I was like, what is that?
So you were in the semi-truck. Were you in the semi-truck or were you just walking to it?
I was in it.
Okay, so you're in the semi-truck. And
my alarm go off, I get up, start my truck up, and I'm sitting there waiting, getting ready to do my pre-trip and everything.
Yeah.
And I seen something standing next to this pole, and I focused
that
in
first
on
pole right there?
First pole.
This
My
flag
truck-
one?
No.
That electrical. Gotcha.
My truck was a little further back.
Yeah.
But as the kid kind of wandered this way, I let it coast down the
Yeah.
street a little bit so I can keep an eye on her.
Okay.
And she moved. I'm like, what is that? You know, I didn't know what it was. It was just a shadow
Yeah.
at that point. And she got over here into the clear. And I seen that there was a baby.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to try to figure out where she goes to. Thank you, sir.
The toddler appeared to be nonverbal, making it even harder for officers to identify the parents, especially since they had no idea how far the child had wandered. Coming up, the officers searched nearby yards and looked for open windows or doors that might lead them to the child's home.
Extra watch for
Hello. Hi. Evan Police. Evan Police. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry to bother you. I saw all your lights were on.
I heard some voices outside. Were you out the back?
Yeah, we were walking around. There's a little baby girl, like 2 years old, that was just walking around outside. A little black 2-year-old. Do you know anybody that might have a baby like that?
Well,
That
you
lives
said
nearby?
black.
Yeah, black 2-year-old little girl, probably around 2, maybe 1 to 2. But she was like right at this corner, right before you get to the.
I'm trying to think. There's some black. Let's see. Not this house. Not the next house. But the next house, I believe there's black. That's a black family with a lot of little kids.
Really? So like you go down this street.
Yeah, and then make a left.
Make a left, and then it's
Yeah.
right on that corner.
Yeah.
The man's help was crucial in the search for the child's parents.
Yeah, it's definitely bizarre, but I appreciate your help.
Alright.
Have a good night. He had all his lights on, so I was like, maybe they're awake or whatever. He said that there's a black family that lives where that white Avenger's at. That's the only black family he knows that has kids here, and then so I might go knock on their door, get lucky. And then there's another black family if you go. That he knows they have a bunch of kids. If you turn left up there, and then right where it bends, he said on the north side of the road on that corner, there's like, he knows there's a bunch of little kids that live there too. So.
Hello, it's the Edmond Police Department. What's that? Are you missing about a 3-year-old baby?
Oh my God!
Hello. Are you guys missing a baby? Have you checked the house?
In the house.
Well, do you want to check to make sure that the baby is actually missing? It might not be the same.
We have her, if it is.
It's a boy.
Okay. Have you been looking?
You want to go look real quick and come back out here just to verify?
398, I'm off traffic now. Call.
Where's
Okay.
Where's he at?
907. It's going to be a silver hatchback.
I don't know what this is.
The mother appeared visibly upset over her missing child, but as officers waited for her to come back outside, dispatch informed them that this wasn't the first time a missing baby had been traced back to the very same house they were now standing in front of.
Is he not here?
No!
Okay, we have him. He's fine. He's fine. Okay. He's coming.
It's a boy. He just got long hair.
Okay. Yep. My partner's got him, and they're coming down here now.
And all of my kids is.
Does he?
He's autistic.
Does he run off a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
And I told Molly when I seen him out here, I told his big sister when she's 18, I was like, get him.
Yeah.
She's talking about I got him.
How did he get out of the house?
I don't know because the garage was open.
Okay. Well, he's on his way over here. He's perfectly fine. He was just a little bit cold.
Was it the side door that was open?
The garage was open.
Oh,
and I just closed
heard
it because she told me she got him, and I thought he was in the house. That's why I closed the garage.
Yeah, she's healthy. Super lucky though. So a truck driver was parked over there, and he was taking a nap, and he woke up to start driving to Kansas, saw a little shadow, and looked over, and but she made it all the way to the car wash and almost made it down. Almost made it to Edmond Road. And that would be
Oh my God! Shalaya, bring your ass!
It appeared the mother had left her youngest son in the care of his older sister while she was off doing something else, though officers still weren't sure exactly what. Regardless, they knew the responsibility ultimately fell on the mother for allowing a toddler to wander off like that.
Is everything okay in here?
Stop playing with me.
Is everything okay in here?
Yeah, it is, because I'm going on work. She's 18 years old. This door should not be open.
Ma'am, can we calm down? The baby is safe now. And
I know he's safe, but at the same token too, regardless to the fact,
ma'am,
the possibilities of anything happening to him, and it's all three of y'all in this house, all of y'all of age to watch your little brother knowing that he just got diagnosed with autism. Like, come on. We know that he walks. We know that. If my garage door is open, this door is supposed to stay closed at all times. Y'all know that.
Ma'am, can you talk to us now? You don't need to scream. I understand you're really upset, but we
because that's scary for me.
I know, ma'am.
Here it is. I'm getting ready to relax, and I'm thinking that all my kids is in the house.
I got 3 kids myself, and that is the.
I got 2 autistic sons. He just got diagnosed. My 16-year-old is autistic. My only 2 normal kids is my oldest daughters. So you should know better to keep all doors closed. I even ordered certain locks from Amazon to keep on the front door and the back door to lock down so that they can't get out. Because my 16-year-old has a habit of opening up that front door. And he has let my 3-year-old out.
Can you come out here and talk to us for a second? No one's in trouble or anything.
No, I don't want to. I want to deal with my children.
I understand that, and then we'll get out of the way. But you have to do this. So.
I don't have to do that.
I just need to get some information from you, ma'am.
No, you don't. Because as long as I'm not under arrest or nothing is going on, no, I don't. And I don't appreciate everybody up on my property like this.
Man, we just brought your child back to you.
I know this, but I really have to deal with them because I'm trying to figure out how did that even happen, and you know what I'm saying?
So are we, and we have to. You understand that? Like, we have to. That's our job. And we just found a 3-year-old baby wandering around the streets. We have to ask some questions, and we have to get your information because we have to do a report.
No, you don't.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the lieutenant. I'm the supervisor working today, and that is happening. We have to do that. You understand that? And you understand that you are technically detained. We're just being very, very respectful.
I'm technically detained
ma'am.
on my own property.
Yes,
by
ma'am.
law, I'm not detained.
Yes, ma'am, you are, because we're investigating that a child was walking down the street, a 3-year-old in a diaper.
That I did not know.
Right.
About
and we would love to hear your side of the story about it, and we have to get your information so we could write that down, because right now, all that's in the CAD is that a 3-year-old baby was walking on the street. We have to explain that away in a report. You understand that? So we have to get your information to put it in the report.
But no, I'm not going to give my information unless I'm being detained. And I'm not being detained on my own property, and I know that. Understandable. I didn't know that my child got out because my garage is closed, and I'm thinking that all my children were safe and in the house. And what I did not know is that this is even happening because I'm getting dinner and stuff together for my kids and everything.
Right. And so we will write all that down in the report to explain the 3-year-old baby walking down the street.
So I would appreciate this. I have a right to no trespassing.
Ma'am, if you don't give us your information,
I don't have to because you're on my property.
Okay, we'll just.
And
do
then
DHS
what you want to? Let me get my phone so I can record this just real fast.
No need. We're gonna leave them do DHS.
No, you
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'd think you'd have more respect for someone that brings their baby back to you.
I understand that, but with
Yeah.
me not knowing, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it happens. With children.
Alrighty. Have a good day, ma'am.
Don't walk out there alone.
A few days later, the woman was arrested in connection with this incident. DHS is currently investigating the case further. Now to the case where police confronted a reckless mother who had left her young children alone in a hotel room for several hours.
Because your kids were by themselves.
No, they weren't.
Left them in a hotel room, and then you want to get upset with us, like this is our problem that we created. No, we didn't create this problem.
On December 6, 2024, officers were dispatched to a hotel after receiving a report that 2 children, ages 1 and 3 years old, had been left alone in a room. Knowing how fast a situation like this could spiral into tragedy, they rushed to the scene without hesitation.
Called over here because they were crying, so then he came and didn't want to leave them alone. So he went and grabbed. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hi.
So can you tell me what's going on?
Yeah, we got called because your kids were by themselves.
No, they weren't.
Who was here then?
My sister was just here.
Okay, they weren't here for the last 30 minutes when the worker came and checked. So that's why we're here. Baby was like grabbing at that he needs a diaper change, I think. I've at least been here for 12 minutes, and the person who called had been here for some time before calling, so.
This is ridiculous, honestly. Okay, so you have to stay in the room now with me?
I'm waiting because you keep going out there, and I need to make sure these kids are good because you weren't here for like 30 minutes, or no one was here. An adult was not here for 30 minutes with them.
They were both sleeping. My sister just came out and I went to the store.
For 30 minutes?
My sister was here.
Ma'am, I'm telling you, the person who called is someone who works here.
Okay, I understand that, but they have to do they're going to do a complete investigation, because then they have to prove that I was gone.
What's your first name?
You need my first and last name? Dave.
And what's a good phone number for you?
224.
Okay.
The woman was clearly frustrated that the police were involved. She didn't seem to view the situation as a serious issue at all.
Okay, well this officer is in there watching your kids. We'll go in there and talk to them. Go inside and watch your children, please.
Okay. This is bullshit. I swear to God.
Who was what's your name that was watching them? How do you spell that? Can you stay over here, ma'am?
I'm trying to hear what's going on, so.
And a phone number?
I don't have her phone number. I literally have a laptop. You see, I don't even have a phone.
How do you speak to her?
Facebook.
Okay, can I?
I just gave you her name. I don't have a phone number. I don't even have a phone. This is all I have. I can show you that. So what do you want me to do?
What's her address? Hello.
Hi there. All right.
Hi guys.
What's going on today? You got a good toy there, huh?
They were left unattended. She says just 30 minutes, but it claims like 2 to 4 hours.
They were literally sleeping.
I gotta find somebody who can talk to me on the side.
Here, you guys can, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, boss. Mom is in here changing the other one.
While the first responding officer briefed her sergeant on the situation, other officers outside the hotel room met the father for the first time. He appeared completely confused about what was going on.
So, I think this is a mistake. Like, she just left out early or something.
You want to switch places?
We'll swap out while everybody's
You want to go in there with the kids?
Are they okay?
Yeah, you can come in.
It's crazy.
Your iPad is in the bathroom.
You don't have a phone? How would anyone contact you?
Well, I just contact, like, are you saying, like, how do I communicate with my family and everyone?
Yeah, say I'm trying to contact you. How would I contact you?
Through Facebook Messenger.
Facebook. Right. And then do you live here at this hotel?
Yeah.
This room? Okay. We were talking to Dalen. We just want to know the timeline of what happened. So what I understood is Dalen went to the gas station. Can you start from there? When Dalen left the gas station, where were you?
I went outside at first, and then I let my sister in. I was up here for a little, and then I left for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay. And your sister? Okay. You're in the room. You physically saw her in the room with the kids before leaving?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you go?
Is this supposed to be like, am I going to be arrested? Like, what's going on?
I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Right now, we walked into a room where kids are by themselves, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
For like 30 minutes, but I understand. And was one of them sleeping?
Neither one of them was sleeping.
Okay, because she just checked on the woman and she was sleeping, but...
Coming up, the woman revealed something about her parenting that made it clear to officers this wasn't just a one-time incident. Her reckless behavior had become a pattern.
Yeah, I think I've explained enough to the other officers. So I've already had DCFS called on me before, and I know how this shit goes.
I'm the investigating officer. I'm the one that's going to be typing up stuff that happened. So can you just tell me what happened?
I was gone for 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay. And you left. Was your sister in the room? Okay.
You can see on the cameras. She comes here frequently. She showers here.
Does she have her own room key to the door?
No, she would need mine. She has a key to get in through the doors, but my door is currently off. That's how you guys were able to get in.
You left, and then you left, and where'd you go?
I went back down through this way.
Okay. You stayed in the hotel?
No, I left.
Okay.
For 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay. Where'd you go?
I went to make an errand.
Where would that be?
In Elgin.
Elgin's pretty
Do I have
big
to
place.
be very specific?
I would like to know where you went. Yes.
I went to go handle some business.
Somewhere close to here. Where is it?
It's about 15 minutes at the most away.
Did you drive there?
No, I had a ride.
You had a ride. Who'd you ride with?
I think it's James.
You happen to have a last name?
No. Yeah, it was requested for me.
Is that like an Uber service?
Right.
Or who requested that for you?
My sister.
Do you know where she is right now?
No, I don't. Probably at work.
Okay. What time does she usually go to work?
She has different shifts. They rotate, and it's peak season, so I don't know.
You left here to go run an errand. You got a ride from someone, and you don't want to tell me where that is?
It's a little personal, so I don't really feel the need to express it, but
so
I honestly just want to know what's going on. So, like, I can know if you guys are trying to say that before, so I can just let my mom know and call my grandma, so I just want to know what's like.
how long ago did Dalen leave the hotel?
I'm not sure, because I was still here.
Okay, and then you left how long ago, you said?
Well, now it's probably way longer than 30 to 40 minutes, right? Because I've been here about, what?
How long were you gone?
25 minutes. I was gone for up to 40 minutes.
When did you meet up with Dalen? Because you guys walked in here together.
I called him as soon as I was on my way back.
I thought neither one of you had a phone.
Did you see me come in with the laptop?
You called him on a laptop?
He has an iPad. Neither one of us don't have a phone.
And where'd you guys meet up at?
Outside.
Like outside the hotel?
Coming up, one of the officers gave the mother a brief on what was going to happen from that moment onward.
So we have to take the kids to the hospital.
So am I going with my kids?
Well, we are taking them to the hospital so that they can get medically evaluated, and then we're going to have to contact DCFS to see what they want to do from that point. I can't tell you what DCFS
So you're telling me you're taking my kids away from me?
They are going to the hospital to be checked out because the information that we've been provided is that they've been left there for several hours since before 2 o'clock. So we have an obligation to make sure that the kids are safe, medically cared for. That time frame, really any time frame with kids that age is not acceptable, but when we're talking 3+ hours, that's a problem. So we have to make sure that they're okay. They have to be examined by a medical professional.
So
I don't feel that...
Am I not given the right to go with my kids to the hospital?
Well, that's one thing we're going to be kind of talking about at this point. Just 1 second.
Say you call her on your laptop.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing, and you can have your laptop, and you can call, text, however you need. Deja, can you stay out here?
Call your mom or call someone because you're trying to take our kids.
You're gonna take our kids?
Yeah. So again, let's not make this any more complicated than it needs to be. The kids are going to the hospital to get checked out by a medical professional because our investigations revealed that they've been left here alone since 1:30 p.m., which is completely unacceptable. We have an obligation to make sure that the kids are in a good medical condition, and so we are going to make sure that they're examined at a hospital, and we're going to call DCFS for further direction. That's what it is.
So do we get our kids back after the hospital?
We're going to have to call DCFS. DCFS is going to make that determination. We're going to have to call DCFS.
And I'm supposed to trust that you guys are going to...
You can trust us, believe me. We will do a good job of making sure that your kids are cared for, okay? And again,
you can't even come with them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even have a cell phone. How are you guys going to tell me what's going on or the updates with my daughter?
We'll be with you. But one thing I will tell you is although you're upset and frustrated, cooperation is going to be very important to make sure that this is a smooth process. If you want your kids back, then you need to cooperate.
I already went through this shit before.
I'm going to try to reiterate what the officer was saying, all right? On behalf of the Elgin Fire Department, we have to make sure that the kids are well taken care of. I'm Captain Walzak with the department. You've got my name. I can give you all the contact information you need. I believe one of the officers is going to be remaining, so we're going to have ways. I understand your phone's not working. The city's going to provide you with an officer so that they can relay information. And
so you don't know like how long like
it's literally up to DCFS. And because of the other case, they might just take my daughter.
Yeah, that sounds good. Wow. Are you serious?
Dude, they literally came in here and like literally cleared them and said that they look healthy and they're gonna confirm that it's the hospital.
And DCFS is going to make a determination on what we do. I'm not going to say that they're going to take the kids away from you. They may give the kids back to you tonight, but we have a process that we need to go through, and it's imperative that you guys don't obstruct or make this any more difficult than it needs to be, because again, we have to report to DCFS on what goes on.
Well, hold on one second.
I just need to get my iPad.
We're not going to be one.
Just because they're under your custody, unless you're cool with us taking.
We have an officer coming up to follow them to the hospital, so we should have an officer. Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
So, can I contact
Call your
my
mom.
sister?
Call your grandma.
Can I contact on my iPad? I have not been
You'll get a
in
chance
contact
to.
with anyone.
Yeah, why don't you come on out here with
On
us?
the hallway.
Why does he need to go in the
Because he
hallway?
needs to talk to these officers.
Come on,
please cooperate.
let's go.
We'll let you make a phone call.
So you're making this more complicated.
But
than it
corroborating is making you guys take my kids. No, don't say shit else because this is bullshit.
In the hallway now. Okay, in the hallway.
No, it's okay. I'm going. For what?
Put your arms
For
on.
what?
Just put them on your back.
For what? For what? Me?
After arresting the father, officers moved to arrest the mother as well. Despite being clearly told that cooperating could help things go more smoothly and even improve her chances of getting her children back sooner, she chose to take things down a different path.
No, I had my f***ing sister.
She wasn't here. The video shows she wasn't.
Okay.
You can't lie with the video.
I don't give a. You guys have to see everything, okay?
Okay.
From beginning to end. See how many people enter these doors, okay?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
There was no.
And what did
no
DCFS
one.
say? You guys called them yet?
We're calling them. We're dealing with you guys first.
What?
Please, they're taking me to jail.
For what?
For endangering a child. No, please.
Bro, no, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. It is bullshit.
What's bullshit is leaving
No,
your kids.
no. You guys cannot do this shit. You came into our hotel
We were
room.
called here. We didn't come here because we just decided to stroll in here.
Okay.
We were called by the hotel because you made a bad decision to leave your kids home alone. That's what it boils down to.
No, that's not.
You can make excuses all
Okay,
you want, but
okay.
the reality is you committed a crime, and
No,
we have
I
an
did not.
obligation to make sure that your kids are okay.
Okay.
If you think it's okay to leave your kids in a hotel room by themselves for 3 hours, if you think that that's
You guys
okay,
just-
that's a rational thing in your head, then you have some serious problems. Because we have probable cause to believe that these kids were left unattended in a hotel room at age 2 and 4, which is completely unacceptable under any circumstance.
1 and 4. 1
One
and
and
3.
four,
1
sorry.
and 3.
Sorry, 1 and 3. Left them in a hotel room. And then you want to get upset with us. Like this is our problem that we created. No. We didn't create this problem. We are now forced to deal with it because you guys made a bad decision. And I'm not trying to talk down to you or belittle you, but there is a point in time when we need to take some responsibility for our actions. And this is unacceptable. And when unacceptable things happen and criminal law is broken, we have an obligation as the police to do what we need to do. We care about your kids. We want to make sure your kids are safe. Leaving kids alone for a 3+ hour period is not acceptable. There are resources available to
You
help
guys
you.
don't even have, like, this is crazy. So even when we're inside and out, right? I leave for
You-
5 minutes.
you
to
did
come
not-
back.
you
I'm
didn't.
asking, what is the consecutive time that I have to be?
There is no set timeline. It's what's
So
reasonable.
if I leave for 10 minutes and I go outside, smoke a blunt, and I come back in, that's unacceptable.
It depends on the circumstances. That's not the circumstances we're dealing with right now. The circumstances we're dealing with are that the kids were left alone for 3+ hours. So
And you
that's
guys
our issue.
took my kids, so now how am I, like, this is crazy. So someone's gonna stay with me the whole night and make sure they're gonna tell me
No.
every update with my daughter.
That's not the plan.
So what's the
We're
plan?
going to be with you so that if you have questions about what's
So
going
what's
on
the
with them,
plan?
we're going to share that.
What's the plan?
The plan is you're going to be going down to the police station with us to address this.
Daylan, I'm getting arrested too.
Yes, you both are.
Because they're saying that they have evidence. The judge will see everything. I've already had this exact same thing go on before.
And we're not saying you're guilty of anything. We're saying
I
we
know.
have probable
Yeah, I know
cause.
you're guilty until proven.
We're saying you have
I mean, you're
probable
innocent
cause
until
for
proven
your
guilty.
arrest for endangering the life and health of the child. Actually 2 counts because there's 2 children involved. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not trying to tell you that you're guilty of anything. That's for the courts to decide. But we have an obligation when innocent children are involved in a case that we have to do everything line by line to the book. And I would not be doing your children a service if I just left them here with you and said, you know, let's try and do better. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. DCFS is going to ask us for photos of the conditions that we found the kids in. Can we take pictures for their purposes?
I'm saying that the DCFS want to see the photo, see if my kids are okay.
They can't see if we
come.
don't have pictures. They're not going to come here. They're going to go to the hospital.
Okay, then they can see them at the hospital, but no, they can't take photos. They're not taking photos
Okay.
of my children, no.
No, I'm talking about the conditions of your apartment.
You cannot take pictures of, no, my apartment.
You don't want me to?
No, I mean, it's, for the most part, it's not that bad, but.
It documents the conditions at the time that we were here.
Okay,
Is all that
so,
is.
so you're asking to take permission of photos?
Yeah.
Okay, no, you can't.
Okay.
They said that we left, so they took both the babies away from us and took them to the hospital right now. And now they're trying to charge me and Dalen with child endangerment. What is the process from here? I'm gonna be
Taken to the police station, booked and processed, and then we'll go from there.
Both parents were charged with endangerment. Moving on to the harrowing case of a mother who left her 2 young children, both with cognitive developmental challenges, locked inside their home for 9 hours. During her absence, a fire broke out inside the house, turning a case of neglect into an even more disturbing tragedy.
Hey! I need a medic! Medic! Now!
On May 23, 2022, officers and firefighters were dispatched to a residence after reports of heavy smoke coming from the house, caused by an electrical socket that had caught fire. Upon entering the home, officers found 2 children, ages 8 and 10, with no sign of their parents.
Oh, really? Hey! Hey! I need a medic! Medic! Now! Now! They need a medic! 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 Now! Get off the f***ing hydrant!
Upon arriving at the scene, the firefighters found both children unresponsive. The officers quickly called for medics with stretchers so the children could receive immediate treatment for smoke inhalation.
There's a kid in the med unit, in the hall.
Yeah. Probably like
Also just said there's a younger kid in the med unit, probably 8 or 9. Right now, I don't know if they're transported right now or not. There's more people inside. They don't know. But nobody knows if there's more people inside or not yet. Okay. He said, find someone to see what we need to do.
Yeah.
And then tell them that Sergeant.
No, I'm not opening. I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say we should probably. I'm just gonna keep an eye on these people over here and these people. Anything?
He says he doesn't really know exactly. There's supposed to be 3 to 4 kids that live here. They've only found 1.
Oh shit. All right. Fuck man, this smoke is heavy too. He wasn't.
No, it's
the smoke inhalation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back the car up a little bit.
The parents were still nowhere to be found, prompting officers to question neighbors in an effort to identify who lived at the residence.
Do you guys have any information on people who live here?
Yes,
the adults.
It's one lady, but her usually have a white car, but she's not here now.
Okay. Do you guys have a phone number for her?
No, that's what we're saying. We don't have a phone number.
You guys know names?
No.
Last names, anything like that? No.
She's an African lady.
Okay.
Yeah. And she usually have 2 or 3 kids there. That's what I'm saying. That's what the guy asked me. So I don't know if she knows them.
Okay. They recently moved in here?
About a year ago.
About a year ago. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Soon after, the mother arrived at the scene, appearing visibly distressed over the horrific situation her children had been exposed to. At that moment, their condition was still unknown. However, it would later be revealed that she played a significant role in the events that turned this incident into a tragedy.
56 and car 9 at 255 East Cuyahoga Falls Avenue. Okay, copy. I'll put you on a call.
Just the 2 children. We're at the hospital. We're at the hospital. How many of the children were home? 2 children were home, huh? Just 2? How old are they?
87. 87.
We'll get you down there soon.
Thank you.
Okay? We'll get you down to the hospital. Ma'am, how old are your children? Ma'am, we need to know how old your children are. Are there other kids with it?
We'll find that out. If need be, if someone takes it out, I'll bring it to you.
Let's figure out how old the kids are.
At this point, the mother was desperately begging to see her 2 children, who were being treated by EMTs. Due to her escalating emotional outbursts, officers and paramedics determined it was best to place her on a stretcher in an effort to help calm her down.
We're going to put her on. Okay. Ma'am, do you want to take a seat over here in the car? We're going to take you. Be safe. Come on. We will. We're going to. That's how they're going to do it. You're not going to drive right now. She's driving. So somebody needs to make sure. We're handling it now.
Where's this? Is your phone in there? Or is it in the car?
How many children were there? 2. How old are they?
Where's my phone?
Ma'am,
I don't have my phone.
we need to know how old the children were.
I'll get your phone.
In your car?
I'll get your phone. Talk to him,
It's
okay?
in a white car.
Okay, talk to him. I'll get your phone.
I sent him down there.
I'm going to bring the car up.
Copy.
It's been a while.
Ma'am, how many children do you have?
Just the 2? 8 and 10. Okay. There's no other kids that weren't here? She said no. No other kids that weren't here?
Tragically, both children succumbed to their injuries and were pronounced deceased from smoke inhalation. Investigators later found that their mother had called them out of school, locked them inside the home, and left for over 9 hours to go to work. Both children had severe developmental disabilities and lacked the cognitive and motor skills to escape during an emergency. A few days later, the mother was charged with 2 counts of reckless homicide and child endangerment. She ultimately pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and endangerment and was sentenced to 6 to 9 years in prison.